Hey guys, let's talk about a classic CrossFit movement, the ring dip. We're talking about how we can scale this movement. So to show you the movement, we first have to have a good support at the top. You notice my hands are turned out. We got a good full depth, nice bottom position, my shoulders below my elbow, and we press back out and finish, okay? So a lot of times the most common scale for this is using a rubber band. That's not ideal for a couple reasons. One is that stability at the top. The rings move around a lot, so people don't have the strength and midline stability to hold that position stable. So it would be better if we had something like parallel bars, which are not in the gym. Also, people miss range of motion. They struggle with that lockout, and they struggle with depth when it gets challenging. We need a variation that people can work through full range of motion and reinforce good positions. Remember, the bottom position here is important because our goal is to do more advanced movements like a muscle up. When we do a muscle up, we come through and land in these really deep positions. So we need to reinforce that. And the top, when I'm at the top of the dip, that turnout relates over to everything that we do in support. So whether that's a handstand, top of a push-up, but more importantly, think barbell snatch. When we're overhead and we're locked out here, that turning is that good, strong support position. We see a lot of people in snatching, just like the dip, if they're here, the shoulders are slightly forward, and then they try to do a snatch overhead, they're also forward, and they can't hold that weight overhead, they miss here. So reinforcing these good, strong positions is what we want. All right, so here's a scale using some boxes. Now, we see a common scale is that people will use a bench, but I don't like this position because it's not the same. Our hands are way behind our body. This is not a similar position. It's actually kind of unsafe on the shoulder in those deep positions. So here's how we can scale. Set up some boxes. You can start with a nice strong support, okay? And at the bottom, our position looks very similar. I get nice and deep, and I can lock out, all right? If you want to make that a little bit harder, you can raise your feet up. Same thing. Nice, good depth, good lockout. You can see the elbow lock out every single time. Nice and controlled, good full range of motion. Okay? For strength portions of workout, you can actually load that system with some weight. And for those of you that are thinking, that's too easy, I want to work on the ring dip, okay? Remember, for conditioning workouts, we want to reinforce good movement as well. So it's okay if it feels easy for the first 10 reps, but when you have to do upwards of 50, 75, 100 ring dips, you still want to keep range of motion solid every single time. And most variations on the rings, you're going to start losing that range of motion and reinforcing poor movement patterns, okay? So give this a try, get strong in that lockout, okay? You can practice just the lockout on the rings as well. Try to get strong and stable and start working up towards the real thing. But this is a great variation. Give it a try. Have fun.